Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new movie review. Yes, back to review Midnight in the Switchgrass. Yes, which has a very misleading box cover, and I'll explain in a minute. But let's review it. Was it good? Was it bad? It was sent to me free of charge to review by the PR company, so let's share my thoughts. Okay, so this film is directed by Randall Emmett. I'm not going to say it stars Bruce Willis and Megan Fox, as you would assume, because they are just background pieces. Bruce Willis obviously is the selling point to make you buy this film, and he's probably in it complete screen time for about maybe 7 minutes out of an hour and a half. So yeah, that's very misleading. Also, Megan Fox was terribly miscast in this film. She wasn't really needed. It would have been better as a better actress to play this role that she plays. It also stars Emile Hirsch down the bottom there. Now, he is one of the main characters in the film. And also Lucas Haas. Do you remember the young teen from Mars Attacks? He has a dominant part in this film. So both Lucas Haas and Emile Hirsch should be forefront, but because these two are going to sell it, which is very misleading. So as for the film itself, it's just a run-of-the-mill serial killer, kidnap young girls, lock them up in a basement, go on the hunt kind of movie. Bruce Willis and Megan Fox play FBI officers that are looking for this person that's been killing some young women and teenage girls. Bruce Willis doesn't really do anything in the film. He just sits in the cafe drinking a cup of coffee or sits in his car. That's literally it. I cannot believe he's gone from jumping out of a window, shooting bad guys, to just having a cup of coffee. It's easy pay. That's what it is. It's easy pay. I would like to see Bruce Willis do some more roles, some better roles, some beefier roles. I mean, he's not past it, for heaven's sake. You know, Arnie and Stallone are still pumping out their action films, so there's got to be better roles for Bruce Willis out there. I'll say one thing for Nick Cage. He does churn out some crap every now and again, but at least he puts his all into the actual roles that he does. Even if it's a film where he doesn't talk, you know, his facial expressions and his actions sell the film. Whereas Bruce Willis is like, I'll turn up, I'll sit down, I'll have a cup of coffee and I'll get paid. And from what I understand, all of Bruce Willis's scenes were filmed in one day, and he probably got paid about $5 million for it. So, I mean, that's good for a payday, but give your fans something a bit better, man. So really, the main premise of the film, this guy discovers a dead body by the side of the road, brings in the FBI. A few more women go missing. A young girl is kidnapped and kept in this darkened room. And it's up to these two to piece it together and find the killer. There is a prostitution ring that's going around. So a lot of these girls are like prostitutes that appear at truck stops, you know. Emile Hirsch plays the local cop who's hot on the trail of the serial killer. But I have to say, the two best parts of this film, the two best leads in this film, are Emile Hirsch and Lucas Haas. Lucas Haas was absolutely brilliant in the film. He overshadows everybody, and he's a family man. He's got a loving wife. He loves his daughter. You know, he lives on a farm, and yeah, it's tragedy that Emile Hirsch and Lucas Haas have been just brushed to the back. I mean, Emile Hirsch does get a photo on here, but Lucas Haas doesn't get anything on the back on the pictures, and he's in the forefront of the movie. So there wasn't anything really special about the film that stands out. It's just a run-of-the-mill catch a serial killer type of film. There's not a huge amount of tension because you kind of know what's coming, and it also kind of is a bit of an escape room type of film as well, because these young girls have to try and escape from the clutches of their captor. I must say, the one thing that did stand out for me, and I must admit, the scene at the end of the film where Emile Hirsch catches up with one of the victim's mothers to kind of like reassure her that they're hot on the trails or they're catching the person. It was a bit emotional. I did shed a tear. I actually did, which I didn't think I would. But the one thing that really stood out in the film, at the beginning of the film, there's this young girl that's kind of doped up and she's walking through this truck yard, and playing in the background is Brothers in Arms. Not the Dire Straits version, but a cover of it. And it is very atmospheric, and it kind of fit, because it's sad, you know that something might happen to this girl. It's just a very well put together little bit of filmmaking. I can't say I've ever heard Brothers in Arms in a movie before, but it kind of fit the situation and it kind of fit the scene. The picture quality was good. It's DVD, but it was good. Obviously it's upscaled through a 4K player. The sound, I did play it downstairs, so I didn't have too much surrounds or anything like that, but it is in Dolby Digital 5.1. There is an audio commentary. The film is only 95 minutes long, and the aspect ratio is 235:1. The movie is by Lionsgate, and I think you could pick it up for about £7, something like that. It is really a one-time watch, but it does have some really good performances. But it also has some misleading performances as well that might leave you disappointed, totally disappointed. But yeah, obviously that was the selling point. Okay, so I do have the PR details for the movie here on my iPad. The film is from Lionsgate. It was available on digital download from the 13th of August and on DVD only on the 16th of August. So sadly, there's no Blu-ray. I'll just read a little bit of what it says at the bottom. While in Florida working on a sting operation to catch a predator who has been targeting sex workers, FBI agents Bruce Willis and Megan Fox cross paths with a state cop, Emile Hirsch, who's investigating a separate string of female murders that appear to be related. They team up to set a trap for the killer, with Megan Fox putting her life on the line to act as bait. When the off-the-books operation goes horribly wrong, then Megan Fox's character is plunged into grave danger, and Emile Hirsch's character finds himself pitted against a serial killer in a twisted game of cat and mouse. From director Randall Emmett, who was the producer on The Irishman and Silence, Midnight in the Switchgrass is an intense action-packed thriller which pits its exciting cast of stars against a dark and dangerous killer. And as I say, it's available on digital download 13th of August on DVD, so you can go out and buy it now, and it is from Lionsgate UK. So yes, that is Midnight in the Switchgrass. But how would I rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm going to give it 4 out of 10. It did keep my interest. It wasn't anything special, but there were good moments. There was some good acting in it from certain people. And there were a few tense moments. And I liked the use of Brothers in Arms, during the film. And the music was pretty good as well. So, yeah, 4 out of 10. As I say, it's going to be a one-time watch. But that's what I think. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Midnight in the Switchgrass. Many thanks to the guys at WitchfinderPR for sending that over for me to review. If you do want to check it out, head out to the shops or get it on digital. But until the next review, bye.